Vulture came together in late 2015. It was Andreas, Mattis, Leo and me straight from the start. It all began with me quitting a former thrash band I've been in, but of course nevertheless didn't want to stop playing this kind of music, so we ended up talking about a new band project, mapped everything out before the first rehearsal, write stuff, talk about stuff even more, try to get a basic idea of what this band is supposed to be about. Yeah, and here we are, 6 years later, third record. The writing process for Dealing Death was super easy, super without any pressure at all. We wrote songs like already before we released the Ghastly Waves. Actually, we had the first riffs and ideas going, and after we returned from Metal Magic in 2019 in hot summer, we were already able to go to Hellforge Studio to mix our first demo, which contained 3 tracks. And the rest of the tracks were written super fast, super easy throughout the whole year. So everything was pretty much done and settled in late 2019, early 20. Yeah, this time we weren't able to record everything the usual way. So far, for every record we did, we went to Marco's place called Hellforge Studio. So Marco contacted Alex from Stallion. They knew each other from a mixing job he had done for the last Stallion record, and he said, hey, Alex is a great guy, he's super easy to work with, he also was capable to handle like the studio, let's go for it. We were of course pretty nervous because we worked with somebody we barely knew. Yeah, we booked Monkey Moon Recording Studios here in Alex got here, the band got here, and we recorded 10 days straight, 10 days, 12 hours per day, pretty tough days I think for Alex. He was like, he got up, got a coffee, walked to the studio, sat behind the desk, and stood up at 12 at night, or maybe sometimes even later, and went straight to bed. That was his job for like 10 days. He was like a working machine with a heavy routine, but it was very nice to work with him. He was very gentle with us, like he was very good at getting like the best out of our performances. Yeah, it was a lot of fun, actually. Lyric-wise, we stayed on our own grounds, if you can say so. So we sing a lot about horror, drama movies, which we all like very much. Like for this time, like the title Dealing Death and the artwork by Velio Josto is referring to the great movie with Vincent Price, or the Edgar Allan Poe story, The Pit and the Pendulum, but with the visual aesthetics of the great film with Vincent Price. I think it's from '61. The Pit and the Pendulum, absolutely amazing. That's what we sing about. We sing about the Gorgon. We sing about an old black and white TV show. I think it's from the, I don't know, 70s. It's called Belphegor, and there is Belphegor is a phantom haunting the Louvre at night. That was pretty eerie to our ears, and we said that's gonna be a Vulture song. So that's basically what we sing about, besides the usual heavy metal stuff we of course like to sing about. Our main influences on this record were pretty much the same as with all our records before. On the one side, it's all the pretty obvious ones, like, I don't know, Slayer, Age of Steel, Dark Angel, Exodus, all this Bay Area bands, maybe some German stuff here and there for the fast riffing, and of course the intense sound and the aggressive vocals. Also, as usual, we try and dig a little deeper here and there, and like get into proto-metal stuff and classic heavy metal. Basic ideas behind that is like, if you, don't know, pick like a Diamond Head song or a Judas Priest song from the 70s and just speed it up a little bit here and there and add some maybe half-tone shifts here and there, you end up with a pretty decent, pretty dark speed metal, thrash metal song. And that's what Vulture always was about and still is, I guess. The video to Malicious Souls was shot in Frankfurt in a great backline rental company where Garion is working at from time to time. We went there with a guy from Bielefeld called Adrian. He's working like in a movie company thing. I think they're doing trailers or soundtracks, or I don't really get it, but he's like doing big shit. And but he's also like into music videos, I guess. We got him from we got the idea, the contact from our friend from Sculpture, who did a video with him. And yeah, he said, okay, let's do it. And we went to Frankfurt with him, did everything in one day. Didn't take so long because obviously all the backline was there and just needs to be rearranged a little bit. Got some spider webs here and there. We ended up using some movie footage from a movie called Nightmare Castle for some black and white contrast in there. Yeah, pretty great. We liked that place very much, and because it was so easy to work there and so easy to work with the people that work there, that we went there again a few weeks ago and did a second one. Yeah, the cover of this record, Dealing Death, is yeah, like you're inside some huge cavern and there's a huge pendulum swinging over some altar, skeletons crawling towards it, a lot of fog, like the usual Vulture aesthetics. The idea behind that was, or is, like I just said earlier, that great Vincent Price movie. The song itself, Dealing Death, is like somehow like you're on a tour through some kind of torture chamber, and the last destination is that swinging pendulum. So on the back cover, which we also got, there's a lot of like torture instruments showing, but also a lot of tiny little hints to what the songs are all about. So there's like a Gorgon's head, there is a sarcophagus with the face of the Belphegor phantom, there is malicious souls crawling around and stuff. Yeah, that's the basic idea behind that amazing artwork by Value Yosto. Best guy. Yeah, of course we had some bad experiences and some shows that didn't go as planned. I think every band has had these moments. When I think about like bad gigs or bad situations, the most things that come across my mind exist because we sucked playing. That happened sometime, of course, like with every other band, I think, as well. And there, of course, we had some troubles here and there, but nothing serious to talk about. It's absolutely amazing. We love it. Like the Metal Blade is such a legendary label. Like just think about what they did, and especially what they did first back then, and who they did it with. So of course, just because of that big history, it feels very like an honor to be on the Metal Blade, obviously. But still nowadays, where I think many labels are kind of forced to release a lot of stuff that isn't like that good. Metal Blade still got the twist and like are able to still release great music. Like, I don't know, listen to Portrait, listen to Ram. There's so much good stuff on Metal Blade nowadays as well, and we're part of that, and that makes us proud, definitely. No, not at all, because we were lucky enough to like record everything before the first serious measures were like installed here in Germany, and the songwriting was long done. So we picked the perfect timing to record that record, and I think like 2 weeks later it would have become very hard to meet up and record the record. The creative process behind the Vulture song is like we jam off our riffs. We all live pretty far from each other, so we do everything online. So if somebody got a riff idea, he's writing it down or recording it, and once that's done, we try and like collect riffs. Like there's like a folder in some Dropbox with like 10-12 riffs, and then we start to like look which go together well, which riffs. If you got like a span of like 2 or 3 riffs that are mapped out pretty well together, we always try and get a great a great title for the song or topic to sing about, so we can get into the chorus. It's very hard, like for me, it's very hard to write a great heavy metal chorus without knowing what the magic words are gonna be. So that's gotta happen before we write the chorus, and the rest is pretty easy, pretty smooth. We always try to get into a middle part where things change, and so we don't stay too linear and like drift off a little, and get maybe a tempo shift or a rhythm shift here and there, add some triplets here and there, maybe a lot of halftone shifts. That's the thing that maybe creates the Vulture sound. Yeah, that's it. Also a lot of magic happens in the mixing phase where all those effects come in and the synthes come in here and there. That's doing a lot of extra work as well, yeah, on the creative side. Yeah, I guess after we released Dealing Death, like pretty much 1 month from now, 21st May, everything will be just just as it is right now. No shows, no way of like going out, playing the record, promoting the record properly. So we sit at home, try to do it online as good as possible. And as soon as everything's over and everybody's safe again and nobody's like risking their lives for stuff, we are happy to be back on stage playing shows. There is stuff planned, maybe some cool stuff, maybe some of the usual, and we hope to, like, I don't know, get things going in 22 again, just as everybody else. We're stuck.